Have you ever wondered if there's a secret formula that could completely transform your relationship with money and potentially set you free from the endless cycle of earning and spending? What if I told you that two ordinary people discovered a revolutionary approach that helped thousands escape the rat race and find true financial independence? Today we're diving deep into one of the most transformative financial books ever written. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this book has changed millions of lives and how it can change yours too. Your money, or your life, represents a groundbreaking departure from conventional financial advice, offering readers a complete paradigm shift in how they view money, work, and life satisfaction. Written by Dominguez and Vicki, this influential work emerged from real-world experience rather than theoretical financial planning. Dominguez, a former Wall Street analyst, achieved financial independence at age 31 and spent the remainder of his life teaching others his methods. Robin, his collaborator and student, helped transform his teachings into a comprehensive program that has guided countless individuals toward financial freedom. The book's revolutionary approach centers on the fundamental question posed in its title, challenging readers to examine whether their current lifestyle choices truly serve their deepest values and life goals. Rather than focusing solely on accumulating wealth, the authors present a holistic framework that integrates financial planning with personal fulfillment and environmental consciousness. The methodology outlined in the book has been tested and refined through decades of workshops, seminars, and practical application by individuals from diverse backgrounds and income levels. What sets this book apart from typical financial self-help literature is its emphasis on aligning money management with personal values and life purpose. The authors argue that true financial independence isn't merely about having enough money to stop working, but about creating a life where work becomes optional and personal fulfillment takes priority. This approach has resonated with readers across generations, making it a timeless resource for anyone seeking to break free from consumerist pressures and create a more intentional relationship with money. The core premise of Your Money, or Your Life, revolves around a 9-step program designed to transform readers' relationship with money and work. The authors begin by establishing that money represents life energy, the finite time and effort we exchange for income. This fundamental realization forms the foundation for all subsequent steps, encouraging readers to view every purchase through the lens of how many hours of life energy it truly costs. The program guides readers through a systematic process of financial awareness, starting with calculating their real hourly wage after accounting for all work-related expenses and time commitments. This revelation often shocks readers who discover they're earning significantly less per hour than they initially believed. The authors then introduce the concept of tracking every expense and categorizing spending to identify patterns and areas for improvement. A crucial element of the program involves creating a monthly tabulation that tracks both income and expenses while calculating net worth progression over time. This visual representation helps readers understand their financial trajectory and identify whether their current path aligns with their long-term goals. The authors emphasize that this isn't about deprivation or extreme frugality, but about making conscious choices that reflect personal values. The program culminates in achieving financial independence, defined as the point where investment income equals monthly expenses. The authors provide detailed guidance on calculating this crossover point and selecting appropriate investment vehicles to generate passive income. They advocate for a conservative approach using government bonds and treasury securities, prioritizing safety and predictability over maximum returns. Throughout the synopsis, the authors weave in environmental and social consciousness, arguing that reduced consumption benefits both personal finances and planetary health. They challenge the prevailing consumer culture that equates happiness with material acquisition, proposing instead that true satisfaction comes from aligning spending with personal values and finding fulfillment through relationships, creativity, and contribution to society. The first major point the authors establish is the revolutionary concept of life energy and its relationship to money. They argue that money isn't an abstract concept, but represents the finite hours of our lives that we trade for income. This perspective transforms how readers view every financial transaction, encouraging them to ask whether each purchase is worth the hours of life energy it requires. The authors provide detailed calculations showing how to determine real hourly wages by factoring in commuting time, work-related expenses, stress recovery time, and other hidden costs of employment. This exercise often reveals that people earn significantly less per hour than they initially believed, creating a powerful motivation for more conscious spending decisions. The second critical component involves developing financial awareness through meticulous expense tracking. The authors recommend recording every expenditure, no matter how small, and categorizing spending to identify patterns and unconscious habits. This process isn't about judgment or shame, but about creating awareness of where money actually goes versus where people think it goes. The tracking system includes calculating the life energy cost of each expense category, helping readers understand the true price of their lifestyle choices. This awareness often leads to natural spending reductions as people recognize purchases that don't align with their values or contribute to their happiness. The third major element centers on creating a monthly financial snapshot that tracks both income and expenses while calculating net worth progression. The authors introduce a powerful visualization tool called the wall chart, which graphically displays monthly income, expenses, and net worth over time. This visual representation helps readers understand their financial trajectory and identify whether their current path leads toward or away from financial independence. The chart becomes a powerful motivational tool, showing progress over time and helping readers stay committed to their financial goals. The fourth significant point addresses the relationship between spending and fulfillment, challenging the consumer culture assumption that more purchases lead to greater happiness. The authors present research showing that beyond meeting basic needs, increased spending often correlates with decreased satisfaction and happiness. They introduce the concept of enough, encouraging readers to identify their actual needs versus culturally imposed wants. This exploration often reveals that people can maintain or even increase their happiness while spending significantly less money. The fifth major theme involves redefining work and career from a life energy perspective. The authors argue that most people work not because they love their jobs, but because they need money to support their lifestyle. By reducing expenses and increasing awareness of life energy costs, readers can make more intentional career choices based on personal fulfillment rather than financial necessity. This might involve reducing work hours, changing careers, or eventually achieving complete financial independence where work becomes optional. The sixth critical point focuses on the investment strategy for achieving financial independence. The authors advocate for a conservative approach using government bonds and treasury securities, prioritizing safety and predictability over maximum returns. They provide detailed calculations for determining the crossover point, where investment income equals monthly expenses, defining this as true financial independence. The strategy emphasizes building a solid foundation of guaranteed income, rather than pursuing high-risk investments that might jeopardize long-term security. The seventh major element addresses the environmental and social implications of financial choices. The authors argue that reduced consumption benefits both personal finances and planetary health, creating a win-win situation for individuals and society. They challenge readers to consider the environmental cost of their purchases and to find fulfillment through relationships, creativity, and contribution rather than material acquisition. This perspective adds depth to the financial program by connecting personal choices to broader social and environmental concerns. The first key takeaway involves understanding that money represents life energy, fundamentally changing how you evaluate every financial decision. Instead of viewing purchases in terms of dollars, start calculating the hours of life energy each expense requires. This shift in perspective naturally leads to more conscious spending decisions as you begin questioning whether each purchase provides enough value to justify the life energy it costs. The authors provide specific formulas for calculating your real hourly wage, helping you understand the true cost of your lifestyle choices. The second crucial takeaway emphasizes the importance of tracking every expense to develop genuine financial awareness. Most people have no accurate understanding of where their money goes, leading to unconscious spending patterns that don't align with their values or goals. By recording every expenditure and categorizing spending, you create a clear picture of your financial habits and identify areas for improvement. This awareness often leads to natural spending reductions without feelings of deprivation or sacrifice. The third significant takeaway involves creating visual representations of your financial progress through monthly charts and tracking systems. The wall chart becomes a powerful motivational tool, showing your income, expenses, and net worth progression over time. This visual feedback helps maintain motivation and provides clear evidence of progress toward financial independence. The chart also helps identify trends and patterns that might not be obvious from looking at individual transactions. The fourth important takeaway challenges the consumer culture assumption that more purchases lead to greater happiness. Research shows that beyond meeting basic needs, increased spending often correlates with decreased satisfaction and fulfillment. The authors encourage readers to explore the concept of enough, identifying their actual needs versus culturally imposed wants. This exploration often reveals that happiness comes from relationships, creativity, and personal growth rather than material acquisition. The fifth key takeaway involves redefining your relationship with work and career from a life energy perspective. When you reduce expenses and increase awareness of life energy costs, you gain more freedom to make career choices based on personal fulfillment rather than financial necessity. This might involve negotiating flexible work arrangements, pursuing meaningful but low-paying careers, or eventually achieving complete financial independence where work becomes optional. The sixth crucial takeaway focuses on the conservative investment strategy for achieving financial independence, rather than pursuing high-risk investments that might jeopardize long-term security. The authors advocate for building a solid foundation of guaranteed income through government bonds and treasury securities. They provide detailed calculations for determining the crossover point where investment income equals monthly expenses, defining this as true financial independence. The seventh important takeaway addresses the environmental and social implications of financial choices. Reduced consumption benefits both personal finances and planetary health, creating positive impacts beyond individual financial goals. The authors encourage readers to consider the environmental cost of their purchases and to find fulfillment through contribution and service rather than material acquisition. This perspective adds meaning and purpose to the financial program. The eighth key takeaway involves understanding that financial independence isn't just about having enough money to stop working, but about creating a life where work becomes optional and personal fulfillment takes priority. This distinction is crucial because it shifts focus from accumulating wealth for its own sake to creating freedom and flexibility in life choices. True financial independence provides the foundation for pursuing meaningful work, relationships, and personal growth. The ninth significant takeaway emphasizes the importance of aligning spending with personal values and life purpose. The program helps readers identify what truly matters to them and make financial choices that support those values. This alignment often leads to increased satisfaction and happiness, even while spending less money, demonstrating that financial freedom and personal fulfillment can be achieved simultaneously. The 10th crucial takeaway involves understanding that the program is not about deprivation or extreme frugality, but about making conscious choices that reflect personal values and long-term goals. The authors emphasize that this approach can lead to increased happiness and satisfaction while building wealth and achieving financial independence. The key is finding the right balance between current enjoyment and future security. Your money or your life offers a comprehensive framework for achieving both financial independence and personal fulfillment through conscious money management and value alignment. The book's enduring popularity stems from its practical approach to financial planning, combined with deeper questions about life purpose and personal satisfaction. Unlike traditional financial advice that focuses solely on accumulating wealth, this program integrates money management with environmental consciousness, social responsibility, and personal growth. The 9-step program provides a systematic approach to transforming your relationship with money, work, and consumption. By viewing money as life energy and tracking expenses through the lens of personal values, readers develop genuine financial awareness that leads to natural spending and reductions and increased satisfaction. The visual tracking systems and monthly tabulations create powerful feedback loops that maintain motivation and demonstrate progress toward financial independence. The book's emphasis on enough challenges prevailing consumer culture and helps readers discover that happiness comes from relationships, creativity, and contribution rather than material acquisition. This perspective shift often leads to both financial freedom and personal fulfillment, demonstrating that these goals can be achieved simultaneously. The conservative investment strategy provides a reliable path to financial independence, while the environmental and social consciousness adds meaning and purpose to the financial journey. Whether you're struggling with debt, seeking career flexibility, or working toward complete financial independence, Your Money or Your Life provides the tools and framework for creating lasting change. The program's success lies not in its complexity, but in its simplicity and focus on aligning financial choices with personal values and life purpose. This timeless approach continues to guide readers toward financial freedom and personal fulfillment decades after its initial publication.